With Hypersports, Konami sought to build on the success of track and field by bringing a further multi-eventer to the arcades. The game proved to be another hit, and it was no surprise that Imagine picked up the license to convert it to a number of home computers in 1985. Unlike the original track and field game, and probably why it's not called Track and Field 2, these events covered a number of disciplines in the Olympics, and only 2 are field events, and no track. The events are 100 meters freestyle, skeet shooting, vaulting, archery, triple jump, and weightlifting. So a more eclectic bunch than the original. Also, unlike the original, there are far less joystick waggling events. This is only a good thing, as the first game I felt relied too much on destroying joysticks. Instead, the Hypersports events focused on timing rather than pure waggling and button mashing, which made the events a lot more fairer. For example, in the swimming, every 20 meters or so you have to take a breath. Too soon and you lose momentum, but wait too long and you cannot continue the race. Knowing when to press is vital. In fact, not too long ago I went to the arcade club in Bury, Lancashire, and found this little beauty on the arcades there, and couldn't resist giving it a go. I fared okay to say I'd not played it in years, and even managed to somehow make it through the swimming event, even if my dexterity skills aren't what they used to be. If you're interested in watching that full video, it's up there on the channel, and I'll put a card on the top right of the screen now if you want to watch that through. However, let's continue with Hypersports for the Commodore 64. Two of my favourite events in the whole game, the archery and the skeet shooting, do not have any sort of button mashing whatsoever, meaning that skill will win the day on these events. In fact, it's probably the skeet shooting event which is the most iconic for this game, and instantly brings me right back to 1985 just seeing those flying clay pigeons. As mentioned, the swimming, waggling left and right as fast as possible, while pressing fire when you need to take a breath. Skeet shooting and archery both come down to timing, though elevation and wind factors affect the latter. Gymnastics involves timing a succession of presses to ensure that the jump is long and the landing graceful. The triple jump involves 1 press for each part of the jump, whereas the weightlifting involves merely brute strength. To get to the next event or round, you will have to qualify by beating increasingly difficult maximum times or minimum targets. The graphics pretty much are the same as track and field, to be fair, with your familiar mustachioed athlete from the original game taking up the disciplines. However, the mustachioed fellow seems to have a little more detail this time around, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. As well as that, the sound is just as iconic as ever. Overall, this is your typical Olympics themed game with a great selection of events. Whilst not the most popular or by far the best, it was a little bit better than the original in terms of events. It seemed to level it out amongst players, so that those who could simply hammer the buttons faster than anybody else weren't running away with it. A bit like my brother, who could waggle the joystick faster than me back in 1985 and therefore would always win the events, especially when playing the likes of Daley Thompson's Decathlon, for example. Hypersports, like the original track and field, is incredibly fun to play. Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit like and let me know your thoughts on Hypersports in the comments section. There's loads of these Olympic event style games out there on the Commodore 64, and I'm happy to say I've managed to ensure the majority have been covered on the channel playlist, including the fantastic Epics, Summer and Winter Game series, so be sure to check those out. Also, if you're enjoying the Commodore nostalgia, then it would be awesome if you could subscribe to the channel to follow me on this nostalgic journey, revisiting some classic games we used to play when we were kids. Thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.